Cardinals Corner from Arizona Sports.
Cardinals Corner from Arizona Sports with Tyler Drake and Lauren Koval.
A quarterback controversy in Arizona? Possibly. Welcome back into another edition of Cardinals Corner. I'm Tyler Drake. That's Lauren Koval. And we're here to talk about the Cardinals' 27-31 loss, or I should say 31-27 loss to the Indianapolis Colts. And yes, 4-game losing streak intact, rough look, 2-4. But there's a little bit of a silver lining here. Before we get into all of that, how are we doing on this wet and gloomy weekend Sunday? How are you?
I'm loving it. I love the rain and all the gloominess.
Yes.
So this is
a little hairy
great.
driving in though today.
Yes.
Little
For
hairy
you
driving in.
especially. For me, just a few little sprinkles around, but that's it.
Yeah, I basically had to put the boat on the trailer and drive that in. But yeah, outside of that, we're here though. But yes, 31-27. What's your biggest standout right now? Let's just get right into it.
Oh, God. I mean...
Well, there's really two ways to go about it. Do you want
yeah.
to talk about end of game things first, or do you want to talk about overarching offensive things?
Let's just dive right into Jacoby Brissett.
Okay. So let's start there because Jacoby Brissett, stepping in for the injured Kyler Murray, who was inactive today with the foot issue, comes out and deals a little bit. 27-44, 320 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick. But hey, first 300-yard passing game since I think week 17 of last year.
I think the week... Oh, yeah.
Yeah, against the Rams,
I was
believe,
thinking
Tyler.
specifically for Jacoby Brissett.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this is the first one since I think 21, 22?
22, I believe.
22 with
like
the
the
Browns,
end
yeah.
of the 22 season.
Which we talked about a lot in the preview pod.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, really went out there and did it. Guess what? Cardinals over 400 yards. Yeah, exactly. 400 yards of offense.
Yep.
Who would have saw that coming? And hey, take Marvin Harrison Jr. out of the equation after 2 catches. I will admit 100% did not expect it to be this close. Did not expect it to even be a potential Cardinals win.
No, I think
Shocked.
I teased at the end of the preview pod. I was like, I think this might be that double-digit loss that we see the Cardinals suffer for the first time this season. And it wasn't that. And you had a chance to win it at the end of the game, too. And even the idea that that's a sentence that we're saying when you have no Marvin Harrison Jr., no Kyler Murray, you have
no James Conner,
no Trey Benson, no Amari DiMercado, no Tip Ryman,
no Travis Vokolek.
Yeah. You lost Michael Wilson for a split second. He came back in. All of that combined, we're sitting here talking about a Cardinals loss, but one that could have been a win.
And an offense that put up 400 yards because despite all of those outside factors. So, naturally,
you got to ask it.
Kyler Murray is already the most polarizing player, I think, in the Valley currently, generationally, potentially.
Mm-hmm. Now
we get into this side. This offense has not looked as good as it did today.
No.
And through the first 5 weeks, Kyler running the show. So, do we have a quarterback controversy in the Valley? Is it there? Because if you ask Jonathan Gann in postgame, Kyler Murray is still a starting quarterback. But should he be?
I'm going to curb the question and tell you instead what I saw from Jacoby Brissett, and then we can compare and contrast it to that of Kyler Murray.
Okay, go.
Because this offense opened up drastically with Jacoby Brissett there. And it just felt like...
More trust?
Yes, or more ability to get it done. It just felt like, okay, we can air it out a little bit more.
Stay in the pocket and maybe take a hit or two.
Yes, and he's not... and I think part of that is because Brissett's not as nimble as Kyler Murray. He's not going to get outside and really run for much outside the pocket like Kyler can. So those sort of check down plays work well for Kyler in case something doesn't work, him having a second option or being able to run the ball. With Brissett, it felt a lot more like you have one play, and if we don't execute it, okay, But that's what you have to do right now is go out there and throw it down the field for 25 yards to Michael Wilson, or you're throwing it 10 yards to Trey McBride. His favorite target today, Trey McBride. And it feels so basic, but everything that Jacoby Brissett did today on offense is exactly what we sit here and say that if Kyler Murray feels a little uncomfortable or maybe the offense isn't working, this is what you should do. Yep. And Jacoby Brissett did exactly that today. He went to Trey McBride when he felt uncomfortable. They opened up the offense a little bit more. They created more of a downfield passing game. I haven't heard Zay Jones's name called so many times in a Cardinals football game in my life.
Yes.
And he was just out there available if Jacoby Brissett needed him. Michael Wilson's grab late in that game with that defender. Huge. It's a PI, but he makes the catch anyway, and it looks great. I mean, we haven't seen these diving, throw your body on the line for these plays from these Cardinals wide receivers, and he's doing it all without Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yes, exactly. So, okay, you did not answer that question whatsoever. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Kyler Murray, who knows? I think NFL Network's Ian Rappaport said it might be longer than a week on the sideline. Good. Just go out on the sideline. Let's reevaluate after the bye week. Because if anything, Jacoby Brissett, in my opinion, has earned the right to start against Green Bay. Yeah. Prove this isn't a one-game fluke. I think that's kind of the big thing where I'm at is like, yeah, he did really well. Don't give anybody else game, or now that somebody's got some game tape on you with the Cardinals, let's see what this looks like moving forward, because that's going to be the big thing. But how do you knock the results? Yes, it's not a win, but I'm not going to put that on the offense today. And this is the first time all year that I'm not going to do that.
I know. And at the end of the game, they flashed a Jacoby Brissett walking across the field who is animated. Like he is.
I would be too, because Trey McBride looked like he got roughed up all the way through the end zone.
Yes.
On that last play, which could have resulted in you get the ball on the one, you push it in, you win the game. It's game over.
Done. There you go. With like the 40 seconds left in the game, maybe.
And then we definitely have a quarterback controversy in the Valley. A win. I mean, that is one thing. If they would have won this game, the heat on that conversation, on the conversation we're having right now, and what's going to be a conversation throughout the week, would have been kicked up so much more.
Oh, easily.
So much more.
And I think the issue with this quarterback controversy specifically is unlike what we saw in, I'll use Green Bay, for example, their next opponent. You move off of Aaron Rodgers, and Green Bay knows you have Jordan Love ready to come in when you move off of him. He's been practicing under Aaron Rodgers and understands the scheme.
It was the same thing Rodgers did with Brett Favre.
Exactly. It'll be an easy slide over. It'll be an easy adjustment. For the Cardinals, if you decide that you're moving off of Kyler Murray, you're not making Jacoby Brissett your starting quarterback.
Not for the future.
No, he's not the guy that you're moving towards. And then you don't have anybody. You don't have anybody in your system who you can slide up and see what they can do and give them the starting job next year. Now you know that your first round pick, you're spending on drafting a quarterback. Is that a commitment that the Arizona Cardinals are willing to make?
That's the question. Because you are paying a lot of money for Kyler.
A lot of money.
And if you're not seeing the kind of results that you should be seeing at this point, it makes this. Kyler Murray can do a lot of crazy things, but when you can't get it done and the results don't line up with the wins and losses, you have to look at other options. You have to look at it. No matter how good you are, if you can't put the W's on the record sheet, does it matter?
No.
The world's most okayest team? No, that's not going to get it done in the NFL. It's a business. And it's one of these moments is like, all right, man, Jacoby stepped up with limited options.
Less options than Kyler Murray has on a full day. Less options than he had against Seattle to get it done at the end of that game and couldn't do it.
So it makes me, that's where I'm at. Give him another start. Let's see if this isn't a one-off. Go slow. Kyler might not even be healthy. So there might not even be a controversy we have to get into.
Yeah.
But you go out there and you look decent against Green Bay. Coming off that bye heading into Monday night, there's going to be a lot of talk.
I don't think you can put Kyler Murray in next week, partly because of the performance Jacoby Brissett's had, partly because Ian Rappaport earlier this week clarified a little bit more about that foot injury and said it's one that lingers and one that as you
don't want to aggravate it.
Yes, exactly. Yes. That it can then be tricky and you could be out for the whole season if you, in fact, aggravate it too much. Why would you risk putting Kyler Murray out there at this point when the following week's your bye week and then you have full time to rest? Just
give an extra day with Monday.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Just give Kyler the time.
Yep.
And while giving Kyler the time.
And you can see that the offense can maneuver how it should.
Go see what you can get out of Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah. Yep. That's exactly how I'm feeling too. Okay. Well, that's the quarterback conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's time for the same stuff, different day portion of the podcast.
Yes, the Groundhog Day portion, if
where
you will.
It's this dominant Cardinals defense. Absolutely dominant. 3 quarters, they're the best football team, best unit in football. Then the fourth quarter comes around, and all bets are off once again. And, I mean, honestly, second half.
I was going to say, this time you could argue the third quarter.
3 scoring drives. Their final 3 possessions, full possessions without the kneel down last drive.
4 their last 5.
Yep. 2 of those touchdowns in the fourth quarter. That is a recipe for disaster. And that's exactly what it was. There was not nearly as much pressure as they should have got on the quarterback today. I know the O-line's legit. No, Jonathan Taylor's legit. But Baron Browning had 1 sack, and that was all they had. You're not going to lose many football games if you only are allowing 1 sack.
No, and very minimal pressures. I didn't feel like I saw Daniel Jones have to hurry around in the pocket, which brings me back to another point about Jacoby Brissett. His statistics when he's under pressure versus when he isn't, night and day. Night and day. You get a little bit of pressure in that pocket. Jacoby Brissett can't do what Kyler Murray does in terms of escaping the pocket and making something happen. He's going to take a sack or he's going to...
But he also keeps his eyes down the field.
He does.
That's the big thing.
And that's a huge benefit for this team. As you know, you can't expect a corner to stay with a wide receiver for what? More than like 3.5 seconds in the NFL, basically.
I mean, the ball's coming out. Ball's coming out quick.
Exactly. So you can't expect a corner to stick with a wide receiver that long. Because of that, the longer you can draw out that play, Jacoby Brissett had more options down the field in this game. That meaning the Cardinals offensive line really needs to step up to the plate and play better than they even did today to keep these games more comfortable. But we saw Daniel Jones have an exceptional offensive line. Was it an exceptional offensive line? Was it not an exceptional day for the Cardinals defensive line? I think both are true in this case from what we saw during this game. And a shout out to the Cardinals defense once again, because I do feel like it's Groundhog Day when we sit here. Another elite running back that they allow basically for a good 3 quarters of the game to like barely be involved.
And then he blows up.
And then goes off.
21 for 123, 5.9 average. Yeah. Rough. And I'm not a dog.
Neither was the Cardinals defense today.
Yeah, that was tough. But hey, speaking of the offense, though, offensive line, we also saw Will Hernandez and Evan Brown in that starting lineup. So there's that.
Yep.
I think we see what's going to go on moving forward if Evan Brown can keep his spot. I mean, Isaiah Adams still in the picture. Great swing guy to have. Clearly has the reps built in, but yeah, you had to make a change there.
Yeah.
And glad Will Hernandez was in there. He got beat once or twice, but overall, he's the guy that should be in there. I think we can all agree to that. It's the other thing that really stood out to me was just the fact that they could get it done on third down. 9 of 14, 64%. I think that might be their highest this year. By a good amount.
Yeah.
And that's one reason why they could actually move the ball today. And the run game really wasn't that great. I mean, 88 yards on 24 carries. Nope.
No.
Not good. But they didn't need it.
Because you opened up the offense.
Because you opened up the offense in other ways. And Bam Knight, even though he didn't get the start, even though it was reported he was going to get the start, led in carries with 11, had 34 yards, had the 1 1-yard touchdown. Michael Carter, 9 carries, 34 yards. Very pedestrian day on the ground.
Yes.
But again, they were clearly going through the air. That's where they're operating the best. And yeah, Trey McBride, 11 targets, 8 catches. That's how you get your people involved. I said all week, it's like, look for Marvin. He's going to go to Marvin. Once Marvin was out, it's like, okay, well, the second option, go to Trey. Just keep throwing it to Trey. And yeah, Trey probably should have had another touchdown. Or at least a look at another touchdown.
Yeah,
that
at least another opportunity.
That was rough at the end. All right. Anybody else really stand out to you today?
Another shout out to Trey McBride, because on that 3rd down and goal late in the game, and everybody's expecting the run. The Colts are stacking everybody up at the line, trying to make it happen there on defense for them. To call Jacoby Brissett to roll out to his right and throw it to Trey McBride for a touchdown. I haven't seen that.
Go off, Drew.
I was like, I don't know where that's coming from, because the word that I would use to describe the Cardinals offense so far is predictable.
Yep.
I think watching these games, even at home, you can go, I know what they're going to run.
They're going to get to 3rd and long. They're going to fall apart. They're going to check it down. They're not going to get nearly enough yards. They're going to punt it away. That'll be it.
Or even looking at how they line up on the field, like how they space everybody out. You can go, okay, they're going to throw it to, maybe get 6 yards over here. Oh, you can see because Kyler is projecting exactly where the ball is going to go downfield, that he's literally just following Trey McBride's route down the field.
Yep.
Okay. Jacoby Brissett didn't do any of that today.
No, he was good with it. He was putting the rock where it needed to be.
And that rollout kind of, to me, like signifies, if I could pick a play from the offense today of something that was unexpected and caught me off guard, as I don't expect this offense to do that, but they executed it perfectly, it would be that play. Okay. And it makes me go, why don't we do this with Kyler? Can he not? Does he not want to? Do we not trust him?
I think you're not alone in the thinking of, why can't we do this with Kyler this weekend?
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are in that boat.
Yeah.
Given the athleticism, the ability, I think it's warranted to ask the question right now. Because, Jacoby Brissett should not be the starting quarterback for the Cardinals. But he's in the position to where, hey, he at least warrants another start.
And before this week, we already had people clamoring, going, no, don't put Kyler in, because I want to see what Jacoby Brissett can do.
Hey, everybody was talking about the Cardinals not adding anything offensively this offseason. Yeah. There's your biggest addition, and he damn near won you the football game. And it's the one addition you never want to see play.
Because it's the one addition that makes you go, what's the future?
Yep. Exactly. Yeah. All right. Some injury updates. Marvin Harrison ruled out with a concussion. Have to see more on him. I guarantee you will be in the protocol this week. So we'll have to see what that looks like on the practice field. Travis Vokolek, early on, neck injury, carted off, stretchered off. He was sent to a hospital, actually, but he was cleared. He's back with the team. They're flying back to Phoenix. So good news there.
Yep.
Mari DeMercado, ankle. Michael Wilson dealt with the finger. I bet you it was sideways.
Oh, anytime you watch the guys with just the towel, like covering their hand, it's like, oh, you just broke
on
that.
On the level of rough to Rondell Moore, where are we? Because Rondell Moore's finger will always be the worst one that I've seen.
That's the thing that I still think about. And same with, like, in basketball, like the Louisville player years ago in the tournament whose shin like bust through the front of his leg. It's like on a
Kevin
scale.
Ware?
Oh, wow.
Is it Kevin Ware?
Wow.
I think so.
If you're right, that was such a pull.
I think so.
But literally those are like the injuries that come to mind for me. Like on a scale of like 1 to Rondell Moore's finger, or how hurt is your leg?
Yeah.
On a scale.
Kevin Ware.
Yeah. On a scale of now to Kevin Ware.
Woof. That, yeah. I still remember watching that live. That was bad.
Yeah.
That was really
And the
bad.
cameraman didn't know what he was doing.
No.
Moves the camera down and you're like,
don't need that. Don't need that. Okay. Well, that's a lot to unpack this week. But I will say this. From when we left last week at this time, or whenever we finished our last podcast.
Yeah.
The feeling was a lot worse. Last week was rock bottom. At least we saw a glimmer of what this offense could look like when it's operating the right way. Not even saying who's operating it, just when everything can kind of work the way it should. This was a good example. But now they've got to stack it into a game against Green Bay at home. And I can tell you right now, there's going to be cheeseheads everywhere at State Farm Stadium.
Oh, yeah. They travel like no other.
Yep. It's going to be a tall task. They can get to 3-4 heading into the bye. That is a massive win for what they've put on tape through 6 or 7 weeks at that point.
That's fair because your division now seems more and more and more out of touch. I
don't know. The Niners might be without Fred Warner.
Yes.
He just went down and that was not good.
No. But the Rams playing the Ravens
destroyed the Ravens.
Sans Lamar Jackson. Yeah. I don't know. Lamar Jackson went down and the Ravens are basically like, football? What's that Rush. Game? I'm unfamiliar. So the Rams seem to be looking really good as we're filming this.
Seahawks won.
Yeah, Seahawks won. They looked good against the Jags. Still don't know what to make of the Jags right now, but the Seahawks looked solid in that one.
Tampa Bay and San Francisco are in the third quarter, 20-16. So that one can go any other way too.
I was going to say we can't give a full update on what the division looks like because we're filming this right now while that game's going on.
Yep. But yeah, not good around the rest of the way so far because everybody else has won.
No, and I think that if we're being realistic, our focus needs to shift from that to winning the division to wild card, and also that back.
What are you saying?
What am I saying?
What are you saying?
Oh no, you look really nervous.
I feel like you were about to go a little bit farther.
I was.
Okay.
I'm just gonna bring it full circle. Who's your starting quarterback?
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying mock draft prep.
No.
Not there yet.
God, I can't.
There yet.
I saw the first one this week. It had the Cardinals picking 10. They took the running back from Notre Dame. Who cares right now? Who cares?
Yeah. Let's not do that.
No.
We're not
I'm not going that extreme.
Nope. We're not going that far. Update on Fred Warner. Dislocated right ankle.
Oh.
He's going to miss time.
Yeah.
So there's that. Wow. Tough for their chances.
And yet the Niners are basically putting out...
it feels like every injury they have, they win like 2 more games.
I'm going to say they're putting out basically a high school football team every other week because they're
Christian
just
McCaffrey and everybody else.
Yeah. And Mac Jones now, who is their quarterback controversy in San Francisco.
I saw something that somebody like years ago said you could drop Mac Jones into this Niners offense and they'd be fine.
Yeah, well, it's because I believe...
Was it Orlovsky? I think it was Orlovsky that said it.
Yeah, and
somebody.
If I'm not mistaken, I believe Kyle Shanahan wanted to draft Mac Jones when he came out originally, and they ended up drafting Trey Lance instead, obviously.
That was a great draft.
Yeah, obviously that didn't work out. So they move off of that. They get Mac Jones then in the offseason, bring him on over, and now you see what... It's one of those moments in the NFL where if you get the right head coach or you get the right OC with a quarterback who maybe didn't thrive in another scenario, you can watch them thrive now in the NFL in a setup that really works for their system.
Yeah.
And in a lot of ways, that kind of echoes what happened today for the Arizona Cardinals, because you get Kyler Murray in a system where he feels like he can work like at Oklahoma. And we saw what he could do there and what he put on tape there. And you pull Jacoby Brissett and you put him into this offense. He looks just as comfortable as Kyler Murray.
Yep, he definitely does. And that might be a credit to Jacoby having that kind of history.
Yeah, that's why you brought him over.
Before too. Like he even said it himself when we talked to him this week of like, that's the reason I came here. I know the offense. I know the system. I knew Drew Petzing. He was my quarterback's coach in Cleveland. Knew Israel Wolfork from their time in Cleveland. So it all makes sense why he's here. That's why when they got Josh Dobbs during that whole thing, I was like, why don't you guys just go get Jacoby Brissett?
Yeah.
He checks a lot of boxes here.
Yeah.
You could keep him more than how many games Josh Dobbs played before they cut him.
Yeah.
That was wild. That was such a wild time. All right. But okay. I think we're good. We're good here.
Yeah, we saw Shane Steichen got the better of his friend Jonathan Gannon today.
Yep.
We saw them embrace at midfield, and Jonathan Gannon exchanged a lot of words with Shane Steichen actually at midfield. It wasn't contentious.
No,
I feel like I have to simplify that. Yes. Yeah, they're friends. Yeah. They know each other. They talk to each other during the season too. So it was kind of this flash. They kept flashing back to Eagles times, and here they are on the sidelines together. And yes, this is a team that lost the Super Bowl, and then they went their separate ways. And look at what you could have had. So
look at us. Look at us moment right there. All right. Well, yeah, 31-27. Cardinals on the losing end once again, 2-4, 4-game losing streak after starting 2-0. So we'll see if they can turn it around next week against Green Bay. You can follow the show at AZ Cards Corner. You can follow Lauren at Colville_Lauren. You can follow myself at TDrake for Sports, really on all the social medias. It's all everywhere you want to go. One of us will be there.
Yeah, we're all there.
We're all there.
Yep.
All right. And I hope you guys will be all here when we preview that Packer Cardinals game coming up on Sunday. We'll see you then.